Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Emily.
This is Awakening Wild Hearts podcast.
Awakening Wild Hearts is a podcast about finding freedom, courage, and connection as we dive headfirst into learning to hunt.
We share our stories as two women learning the skills, facing the challenges, and laughing our way through the wild. Yeehaw, and here we go. Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Emily.
And this is Awakening Wild Hearts podcast. Welcome. Yes. How have you been, Emily?
Pretty good, Jen.
Good.
But yeah.
Awesome.
No complaints. How about you?
You know what? I am enjoying hearing about all of these beautiful stories of different state people going into their hunts. Like yesterday in Arkansas started their deer season.
Oh, they start late.
Yeah, well, this is rifle. So their bow is in October and apparently their rifle season is in November.
You said that was Arkansas?
Yeah.
Oh, did Matt tell you about that?
No, this is another friend that I have that I play chess with. Yeah, he was like, I'm out on my little piece of land. He actually invited us to come hunt on his land. Yeah.
How far is the drive to Arkansas?
I have no idea, but we can figure it out.
That would be so fun.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are very graciously opening up some of their private land to us. Because we can go to Minnesota, we can go to Arkansas right now.
What kind of private land are you talking about? Is that an innuendo?
No.
Oh.
It's like a real one.
Okay, well, I guess we really do want to. If you want us to come and hump your land.
Yes, especially turkey.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get my turkey shooting in this year, but that's fine.
That's okay.
That's some exciting news when you kind of broaden your circle of hunter friends. You get more information about how different states are their hunting cycles.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And we are the Wild West public land hunters here in Nevada.
Let's talk about how we met, because that's actually what led
To our first hunt together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You started us. You
Okay.
started us off. Okay.
So I was getting some work done on my bow and I'm going to do a plug here because they're amazing. Hunting House Archery Shop. I was getting some work done. I'm like, hey, you guys do a league at all? Just in the dark asking. Anyway, they said yes. And it was starting in 2 days. So I'm like, perfect. So I go into this league, just not even knowing what to expect because I've never been in one before. And there you were. There was Emily. Was that right? Or was I there the first week and you were there the second week?
I did miss the first week.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were there, and then I came in and I'm like, there's a girl.
Yes.
There's a girl. And I looked to see if there was a man around you.
There was not.
She's alone like me.
Two
Yeah.
lonely female archers. Anyway.
Oh, there's another man hunter.
I love that we just connected. Like
Yeah.
we just have this really amazing connection. So
I know.
Emily's like, are you a hunter? Are you hunting? Is that why you're shooting a bow? And I was like, I would like to. Yes, that's definitely something I'm doing right
Yes.
now. That was part of one of my goals. So we just kind of like started connecting.
So the cool part is that we have each other to kind of do some of these things with. It's not really a downside, but I don't have experience that I can share with you and vice versa.
Right.
So, but that makes it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're basically deer in the headlights, learning all the things, going through the experiences. You'll get a little bit of information. I'll get a little bit of information. We share it. There's a lot. Oh, I wonder.
Yeah.
Little kids going into the hunting world of Disneyland.
Yeah.
You're just like, yes, there's so many things.
Yeah.
And I have no idea which ride to go on first, but it's so beautiful.
It's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
The experience that you brought to our first hunt, which I thought was really important.
Mm-hmm.
I was not really a camper. Like I went on a couple camp trips as a kid, very minimal. So I've never like packed for a camp trip on my own, camped on my own, any of that kind of stuff. And you brought that to the table.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
And good job.
Yeah. I think that when you've kind of done it a lot, you forget all the little things. And that just like in a hunt, there's a lot of little things that you need to do it.
Yeah. So, which is why we're doing this, because at some point we'll forget how, all these steps that we had to take to get into the hunting world. So we're doing it now to kind of document that and maybe help others, hopefully help others. Yeah.
Yay. Awesome. We decided that we're going to start getting our tags for the hunt. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. The tag system for Nevada is a little bit confusing. I'm still a little confused. It's a lottery system, but also the way the state is broken up into hunting units, they don't really make sense to me. The state is so huge, the areas that are close to town that would be easier to visit and kind of scope out the land, figure out how the animals move through there. Those are the most popular hunting spots and the harder ones to get. So we did have some other hunters help us put in for tags for areas that they were familiar with, but they were far away. And what you and I both ended up getting were tags for areas that were 6.5 hours away from where we live.
Yes.
So that's like a little bit of a challenge, but I thought that made it really magical because the particular area that we chose to hunt in was just so gorgeous and full of life.
Yes.
So
Stunning.
Yeah. Do you want to take it from there?
Well, I think I'm going to, as like a piece of equipment that was really useful when we were doing this is the onyx.
Yeah. It sounds like onyx, like the rock,
Yeah.
but it's on and then the letter X.
The hunting app. And
Yeah.
that one.
Like
is
if you're
really-
on an X, that could sound like you hooked up with a ex-boyfriend.
Nobody wants.
Nobody wants that.
I mean, I don't want that.
I don't want to be on X.
There are X's for a reason. That app was awesome because you can go in, you can see the zones, you can pin, like where you've seen when you're scouting, and you can share pins with other people. So they did a really awesome work on that, and that's something that I would recommend any new hunter to. That's sort of your investment
For sure.
to get at that app.
We had hunters share pins with us, which is kind of a special, it's definitely a special thing because those people have taken their time to go out into these areas and really look and really connect and record what they see, by placing a pin where they see water or a type of animal. And it's not, you don't just go up to another hunter and say, hey, give me a pin.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
Well,
And so for these guys to share pins with us.
Yeah. And I that was kind of what we were testing too in our first episode, is that there are people out there that really are happy to help us learn. Because just the act of going on a scout for your first time, you don't know. You don't know the area to go.
Yeah.
You didn't really understand like the terrain or the behavior of the animal. And I think you did amazing research on your pronghorn tag that you got, learning about the animal, but also like Craig sharing his pins of where he had honestly gave us a pot of gold when it came to the pronghorn area that he told us to go to. We went on our first scouting trip about a month before only.
Yeah, I think it was 5 weeks.
Yeah. And so it was your tag, but decided to do.
It felt like it was ours.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
did. I mean, yeah.
The decision was made to hunt from blind, right?
Yeah,
And so-
because even though stock and spot and stock maybe is more fun than just sitting in a blind, as a newcomer, new to archery, the best kind of way to get an animal facing you broadside close is with a blind. So I thought higher odds of getting an animal and also potentially a cleaner kill.
Yes.
And we took our friend Matt, who we met at an archery.
We met him at the first outdoor 3D archery tournament that we went together.
And he had just moved to the area.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he ended up shooting with us that day. Awesome individual.
We love Matt.
Yeah. And he was so gracious. Even though he didn't have a tag in Nevada, he was like, I'll come with you. And so,
Yeah, he wasn't even able to hunt with us because he had a tag out of state.
yeah. So, but very gracious to him. He brought his knowledge to animal and searching for everything. And
Loaned us his blind.
Yes. Helped us determine the right location for one
Yeah.
and pin it down.
the scouting trip. Learning to glass has been a part of that. Just, you're really good at that. Jen can see animals so well. She just kind of tunes in, connects. That was a lot of learning, looking through the binoculars or the scope and just looking, over and over until you can see them. Oh, okay, is that a rock? No, that's actually a pronghorn, sleeping or whatever. That was a big part of it.
Nature's camouflage is no joke.
But it's almost like, it gives it, when there's a car that you want to get and then you start seeing it driving a lot?
Yes.
It's like that with the animals. Like you kind of tune it and then you're like, oh, I can see it. You get into that frequency, I guess.
Yeah, you do. And there were so many in our location. But
We seen so many animals. It was so amazing.
I think also why we dialed into the location, not only that we were seeing so many animals, I'm going to kind of bring in like the reciprocity of the earth and the signals that we were getting from nature to be there. I felt like we were like being guided by hawks. As we're driving this road, there were just hawks everywhere along the way.
And then leaving their feathers.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, we got a lot of feather offerings.
Then we went out there 5 weeks later for opening weekend. And we were there 2 nights, 3 days.
Yes.
And we were hanging in a blind together.
Yes.
It was so nice. Is it okay that I skipped ahead to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because hunting from a blind, we hadn't done, so we had been practicing in my backyard.
Which it sounds like the way that your arrow is kind of like the sound's completely different.
Yeah.
The way you have to position yourself inside a blind feels different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're going to hunt from a blind, practice shooting out of a blind before you just go and do it because it's different. And then we had to think about things that we needed to bring into the blind because we were going to be in there, 12 or 13 hours a day. And we could talk about things that worked for us. But one of my concerns was, how do we go to the bathroom in there?
Yes. How do you go number 1 and number 2?
I know, we didn't go number 2 in front of each other.
Yeah, we did not. I love you. But we're not in that stage.
We're like toddlers in the corner.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Jen. Hey. We didn't do that.
We talked about a couple of different options, and as a female, we're specifically talking about female stuff right now, but talked about potentially like bringing out a bucket and putting in some cat litter and how would that work and just how do you position it, and such a big item that we dialed down into just using straight up Ziploc bags.
I thought they worked great.
You nailed it every time. Did you not? Nail it.
Jen missed the bag.
The first time.
But it's okay. It's funny.
There was grass underneath me, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah. We had some of the blind was sitting on grass, and we also brought a large bath mat. So we had a nice plush area to sit down, which I loved that mat. Yeah. So my recommendation is bring a mat and bring Ziplocs to pee in.
We brought in a cooler with some food that
Yes.
we had made, snack foods.
Yeah. We had little tripod chairs.
Yes.
Those were comp.
Yeah.
You could lay out or sit in a chair. Could switch it up.
I think one thing that we weren't expecting is that in the state of Nevada during our hunt, it was the Mormon cricket crawl.
Those
invasion.
fucking bastards were disgusting.
They were crawling in the tent. They were everywhere. Like
They
it
were
was
sick ass.
it was a nuisance to do. You learn a lot about nature as a whole when you're sitting in a blind like that, not moving. It actually was really kind of cool to be in one spot and watch just the normal flow of nature. Because there was timing. We were right by this water hole, and in the morning, this big flock of birds came in, and they were like doing all their things, and then they were talking, and they were there forever, and we had some pronghorn come down and drink, and just like this natural flow of life. And
That's awesome.
it was so amazing. At one point,
It was not boring.
definitely
It
not.
was wonderful.
I thought I would be bored.
I actually did too. That's why we brought like stuff to do.
Yeah.
Which we did.
Of nature indoors right now. But I think that at one point we had a snake come in our blind.
We did. I was taking a nap and I felt like something was looking at me, and I woke up and she was.
She was right there.
She was looking at me. She was so cute.
She was beautiful.
We had a lot of spiders, and Jen is not a fan of arachnids.
I definitely had a problem with that. Definitely.
I tried to convince you that they too are hunters, and so they were our hunting sisters.
Yeah, they're hunting my fears.
But I'm glad I didn't know about the Mormon cricket infestation. And by the way, they're not really Mormons, and they're not really crickets.
What are they, Emily?
They're katydids.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're carnivores. So if you were like me, I killed a bunch of those. When they were coming in, they smell bad, and the other crickets can smell them, and then they come in to eat them. So then, like, what we needed to do was kill them and throw them out of the blind.
Which you can tell we spent a lot of time doing.
A lot doing.
On our first hunt, we didn't go home with an animal that
Correct.
weekend.
Yep.
And I honestly feel that was still one of the most magical weekends I have ever spent outside in nature and with somebody. I mean, you're amazing. We spent 13 hours in a blind together, and I didn't get bored of you. I wasn't annoyed with you. I was just like, we just got slap happy and silly.
And there's no internet.
What that basically reminded me about is how, connected we are as a whole of society, and how special it is just to really disconnect, because you really find like who you are. Like the silence really makes you shine, right?
Completely.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we were in a position where we shined together, and that was beautiful. That was so awesome.
It was so
I
awesome.
know.
First hunt, we didn't bring anything home, but it was perfect.
So what about that hunt would you say we did well? And what would you say we could have learned better?
I think there was a potential to actually get a buck to come up to the hole if we had brought that the
Like a
3D
decoy?
target, yeah, the decoy. So I wish we had done that the first time. That's the only thing looking back that I would have changed. We had amazing meals. You packed she's such an amazing chef.
Thank you.
Yes, I felt like the clothing choices, just like our campsite. Our campsite was far enough from the blind that, the animals, it didn't freak them out. And I think we had everything.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you? Any changes? Anything you do differently?
I think that because there's got to be something. Like you're not rolling out perfect when you do your first hunt, and we did pretty good. I think that. All right. Okay. Here's the negative about that is it's opening weekend. I don't know how far in this wild world that you can get away from external things. So where our line was near our hole, there was still roads that were fairly close by that we had a pretty good opportunity when 30 pronghorn were coming down to come to our watering hole. And I swear to God, we heard a truck.
Side by side.
Yeah, side by side. And it spooked them. There was like four of them coming, and like the bucks that were overseeing the herd were just like coming up behind them. We're like, this is happening.
Yeah.
And out of all of the times, so I don't know how you avoid that. I don't know how you avoid, other hunters encroaching on your space. And maybe that was just a lesson that happens, with where you're at. I don't know. Because I feel like we were so far out there, but we weren't,
Not for opening day, I guess.
I guess you don't call opening weekend.
Or you do, and you just get lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes, it's a hunt, right? That's what they say. It's hunting, not killing.
Yes. Yeah. So, I don't know what else to add to that.
Ryan is perfect.
Awesome.
You're perfect.
I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but I sure do enjoy it. I sure do enjoy our time together, us learning to hunt together, trying to share as much of our joy, our trials, our tribulations through this podcast. and really wanting people to chime in. What was your first hunting experience like? How did you learn? How did you grow? We didn't talk about my cacao ceremony that we did.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. But
Hypotheticals, like how much money would it cost for you to drink a teespspoon of my pee?
which
Back?
that was I went up to, what was your offer?
50 million. She
Yeah,
said no.
that's not something I can do.
If she had offered me like 5,000, maybe even 500, which I know is screw that, but
It's a blind talk. What do you talk about during your downtime?
yeah, let us know.
Let us
Any
know.
fun blind games.
Yes. Thanks for joining the podcast.
See you next time.
See you next time.